Before the crowds, before postcards and travel guides, before the sound of rolling suitcases over stone, Venice was something quieter and far more intimate. Imagine standing here in the year 1700. There are no souvenir shops, no flashing cameras, no long lines waiting for a photograph. What surrounds you instead is a working city, proud, practical, and unaware that it will one day become a symbol of romance for the entire world. The day begins slowly. In the earliest hours of the morning, a pale mist hangs above the canals, softening the edges of the buildings and muting their colors. The water moves gently, disturbed only by the slow passage of a small wooden boat navigating through the narrow waterways. The sound of wood touching water echoes clearly in the stillness, because at this hour, Venice is almost silent. Most homes remain closed. Shutters cover the windows. Inside, families are still asleep, wrapped in the quiet rhythm of a city not yet awake. There is no artificial glow from streetlights, no distant hum of engines, only the natural breathing of water against stone. Gradually, signs of life begin to appear. In hidden courtyards and behind thick walls, bakers light their ovens. The faint smell of warm bread drifts into the damp morning air. Fishermen prepare their nets, speaking in low voices as they ready their boats. Their movements are practiced and efficient, shaped by years of repetition. There is no sense of urgency, only routine. As the sun rises higher, golden light begins to slide down the facades of the buildings. First it touches the rooftops, then the upper windows, and finally the canals below, where reflections shimmer and break apart with every small ripple. One by one, shutters open, a window creaks, a voice calls across a narrow passage. The city slowly inhales. By mid-morning, Venice has fully awakened. Markets begin to form along the streets and near the canals. Merchants arrange their goods carefully, fresh fish displayed on wooden tables, vegetables gathered from nearby islands, bolts of fabric, spices carried from distant ports. Coins change hands. Bargains are negotiated. News travels quickly from person to person. Venice in 1700 is not simply beautiful, it is deeply connected to trade. Ships arrive carrying goods from across the Mediterranean. The Republic may no longer dominate the seas as it once did, but commerce still flows through these waterways like blood through veins. Every bridge, every canal, every open square plays a role in sustaining the city's life. Children move easily through the crowds, weaving between adults who carry baskets or tools. Workers cross bridges worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. Above them, balconies lean slightly over narrow streets, casting thin shadows that shift with the passing sun. Laundry hangs overhead, gently moving in the breeze. The sounds of Venice at midday are layered and human. Church bells echo between buildings, their tones traveling far across water. Conversations overlap in different dialects. Footsteps strike uneven stone. Oars dip rhythmically into canals. There is no machinery, no mechanical roar, only voices, wood, water, and wind. In shaded courtyards, some residents pause from their work. A craftsman sharpens his tools. A woman rests briefly beside a well. Cats stretch lazily on warm stone steps. Space in Venice is limited, and life unfolds close together. Privacy is rare, community is unavoidable. As afternoon deepens, the light grows warmer and heavier. The movement of boats continues steadily along the Grand Canal, whose broad curve reflects the sky like a shifting mirror. Messages are delivered by hand. Supplies are transported from one district to another. Agreements are discussed face to face, not through letters sent across invisible networks. Time here feels grounded. It is measured by bells, by shadows, by hunger and fatigue, not by clocks glowing in pockets. Slowly, the energy begins to soften. By early evening, merchants start packing away their remaining goods. Market tables are cleared. Unsold fish are carried back to boats. The crowds thin as people return to their homes. The golden light of sunset spreads across the facades, transforming faded walls into glowing surfaces for a brief, beautiful moment. Reflections deepen in the canals. The water darkens,
becoming almost glass-like in certain places. Gondolas glide more slowly now, their silhouettes outlined against the fading sky. The air cools, and a gentle quiet replaces the busy rhythm of the day. Inside homes, lamps are prepared. There is no switch to summon light instantly. Illumination must be created carefully, one flame at a time. Candles are lit. Oil lamps flicker in windows. Their glow spills softly onto the narrow streets below. When night fully arrives, Venice transforms again.
The canals become dark pathways winding through shadowed buildings. Beyond the reach of lamplight, entire sections of the city dissolve into darkness. Footsteps sound louder at night, amplified by stone and water. Voices lower in tone. Doors close. From certain windows, warm light reveals fragments of ordinary life. A family sharing a meal, someone mending clothing, quiet conversation before sleep. None of these people imagine that centuries later, millions will cross the same bridges simply to experience the atmosphere they now consider ordinary. To them, Venice feels enduring, stable, unchanging. They do not know which buildings will survive and which will collapse. They cannot foresee the political shifts, the floods, the transformations of modern tourism. They live within the present moment, unaware that they themselves are becoming history. As midnight approaches, the city grows still once more. Only the gentle movement of water continues, brushing softly against stone foundations set long before 1700. Beneath modern restorations and later additions, many of these foundations remain in place even today. The curve of the Grand Canal has not changed. The narrow calli still follow ancient lines. Bridges continue to connect the same edges of water. While facades have been repaired and interiors transformed, the underlying structure of Venice holds centuries together. If we stand quietly in the present and listen carefully, we can almost sense the continuity, the rhythm of footsteps, the echo of bells, the reflection of light across moving water. Venice in 1700 does not announce itself loudly. It survives in alignment, in proportion, in the relationship between stone and tide. It lingers in the quiet corners that modern visitors sometimes overlook. And as our reconstruction fades, the city returns to stillness once more, not as a museum, but as a living place that once carried ordinary lives. People who worked, traded, prayed, argued, rested, and dreamed within these walls. They could not know the future, but they left behind a city that still remembers them.